Klay Thompson can't stand the Grizzlies no matter what team he's on. Other night, Santi Aldama intentionally trips Cooper Flagg. What was that? He could have seriously hurt the #1 pick on purpose for no reason. Klay gets in Aldama's face. Yeah, backing up the young guy. Klay getting kind of an attitude in his old age. Because chance to tie late, Cooper passed to Klay, deep three, no. Brick. And nobody loved that more than Ja Morant. Immediately goes up to Klay. Finger in his face saying, "You a bum now." This is clearly personal. But after the game, Klay basically ended Ja's career. He's a funny guy. He's got a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. Been running his mouth for a long time. And it's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench, but it's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more. We all want to see him out there do his best, but he's just been letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. I hate to see his talent go to waste. Wow, pretty much sums up Ja's career. And it's interesting Klay went that route. It's kind of like when your parents are like, "We're not mad, we're just disappointed." Because the truth is, Klay may have declined like Ja said, but at least he's 35 with 2 big injuries. What's Ja's excuse? In the end, Klay might end up with more championships won than playoff series for Ja. Right now, that score is 4-1. When you look at these numbers, it's actually hilarious that Ja Morant would call Klay Thompson a bum. But there is a reason that this rivalry between them still burns. And it's not because of the old tweets and the trash talk. There is something deeper with both of these guys. Something you can only see once you go back to where it all started. But I am super excited that Viore is sponsoring today's video because they are my favorite clothes for working out, chilling, running errands, whatever. Like the vibe of the clothes and the function. The core short, super versatile, handles any movement I throw at it, built to move. Or the Stratotech tee, lightweight and super soft. This thing is moisture wicking, perfect for training or everyday wear. Not just a gym shirt either, because it gets cold, throw on the seaside pullover hoodie after gym, run errands, eat, whatever. These clothes are good all day long. So I like Viore because they're inspired by coastal California, which is totally my vibe, but designed to fit great, feel great if I'm active or I'm just chilling at the house watching games. You can tell it's all about the fabric. This stuff is somehow as soft as it gets while being functional at the same time. Amazing. So I love working with Viore. Letting them know that you came from me really helps. Check out Viore with the QR code on your screen or click the link in the description. And for a lot of people, Ja's decline is satisfying because of how arrogant he was saying we fine in the West. But for Klay, it is deeper. Grizz got a little success and started acting like they took over the NBA. Like beating Golden State in the regular season, Triple J tweeted strength in numbers, mocking the Warriors team motto. But the next season, it got physical. In the regular season, Steph was boxing out Dylan Brooks, who pushed him to the ground, almost hurt Steph on a dirty play. But in the playoffs, Memphis succeeded in hurting a Warrior. On a fast break, Brooks pulled Gary Payton to the ground, breaking his elbow. Now it was personal. So when they won the title, Klay let everyone know all the little trash talk and tweets were actually motivation.
There was this one player on the Grizzlies who tweeted strength in numbers after they beat us in the regular season, and it pissed me off so much. I can't wait to retweet that thing. Freaking bum.
Okay, and I know what a lot of you are thinking right now. Klay just called someone a bum. How is that any different than Ja Morant? Because Klay is literally sitting on a championship podium. Ja was in sweats on the bench in the regular season, and Ja's never won anything. So later that year, the Grizz decline really started. Ja was getting suspended, and Klay wasted no time laughing in their face. But years later, the decline has continued. Morant is now 26 years old in his prime, but averaging career lows across the board. The man is beefing with his coach, and now ESPN confirmed this week. Sources expect Memphis to explore the trade market for Morant. Wow. Dude is just not the same player he used to be because his superpower is gone. What made Ja so electric back in the day was his Rose Westbrook-like ability to get to the basket. Some of the best in-game dunks we've ever seen. But ever since that Rookie of the Year season, Ja's shots at the rim have fallen off. He used to take almost half his shots at the basket. Now, down to 28%. Why? Because he didn't like getting hurt. Even said one time, I am done dunking, which makes sense. It's actually smart. One of Ja's biggest problems is getting injured, so you want to evolve your game beyond just pure athleticism, mature as a player. So he must have improved as a shooter, not going to the basket anymore, right? Wrong. This man is a god-awful shooter. Remember, league average is about 36-37%. Ja ain't close. But when he calls Klay a bum, it must really hurt. Because Klay is now regretting leaving the Warriors. He used to be one of the greatest shooters ever, but has declined after tearing his ACL, then Achilles back-to-back. So when it was time to leave Golden State, Klay chose the Mavericks over the Lakers. But it turns out that choice actually has sped up his drop-off. This year, our career lows in points, three-point percentage, assists, steals, everything. And he is coming off the bench, the exact reason he wanted to leave Golden State. But not only did he leave his old team, he left $30 million more from the Lakers guaranteed to take less in Dallas. But then the fall-off really started. Because back in Golden State, Klay thrived playing next to Steph Curry for a few reasons. First, Steph's gravity, giving Klay open shots and shot creation. Klay was never big on creating his own shot. He would often make buckets without even a single dribble. So trading the ultimate playmaker, Luka Doncic, not only hurt the Mavs' ability to win titles, but it killed Klay's skill set. So do you know how mad he must be about how this all went down and how much Ja calling him out really burned? Because the truth is, this isn't even about Ja Morant at all. This is a pattern we've seen from Klay for years. The first time was back at the 75th anniversary team. Everybody wanted to see who would be named as a top 75 player of all time, but the only Warrior was Steph Curry. It was like confirmation. You may be a splash brother, but there is a big bro and a little bro. So the day the list came out, Klay walked into the building late, head down. You could tell that he saw it. And the Warriors kind of messed with Klay, having a joke. They put up a number 77 jersey in his locker. Like, hey, you are the 77th best player. And most guys would have laughed, moved on, but not Klay. He put the jersey on. He took photos. He posted them on Instagram. Not once, not twice, multiple times. Then he brought it up again months later after he had a good game. It's like, okay, dude, we get it. Your feelings were hurt. But he also had countless times when after he had a good game, Klay would say things like, yeah, people forgot who I am. Or, y'all act like I've never done anything before. It's like, no, dude, nobody forgot. What is wrong with you? But the most insecure moment from Klay since coming back from his injuries, October 22, Warriors Suns. Early season, Phoenix came out hot. Devin Booker was torching Golden State. Klay was struggling, missing shots, getting beat off the dribble, frustrated. And Booker, who never misses a chance to talk trash, started chirping. Now in Klay's prime, he barks back, but locks in, drops 37 a quarter. But this was post-injury Klay. A Klay who wasn't moving the same, and he knew it. So the chirping got to him. Midway through the third, after Booker hit another jumper, Klay turned and went right to him. And not a little trash talk, full on chest to chest yelling. Officials stepped in immediately, but Klay kept escalating. He held up 4 fingers, then held him up again, higher this time, making sure that Booker saw everyone. 4 rings! And he was yelling it over and over. That's not confidence. That's defensiveness. That is pride protecting itself. Booker said afterward, he was talking crazy. I mean, I love Klay, but I don't know what that was. Klay got ejected. The first ejection of his entire NBA career. And as he walked off, he didn't look triumphant. He looked rattled. So what we just saw in Dallas was yet another example of late career Klay struggling with his decline, and it just so happened to be the exact wrong person to call him out on it. But speaking of decline, the LA Clippers are having the season from hell so far, but it actually just got a whole lot worse.